Good morning students, myself Professor Jayakati. I am working as an assistant professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, Silverdale University. Today we will go to verify the Ahmed's theorem practically, what we have studied in theoretical classes. Okay, so for that we need a blackboard with rearrangement, thread, weight sets and few drawing instruments. Now we apply few rules. Keval, can you help me to apply the rules? Okay, here we are applying rules. Here each load is of 50 gram mass. Here each load is of 50 gram masses. Okay. So I am applying few loads over here. Now I am applying few loads at the center of the. Okay. Now, see, this is in equilibrium because I am not applying any load and I am allowing it to steady down. So, when it is steady down, it will be in equilibrium. Now, we will measure the load. For example, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Total 6 number of masses, that is equivalent to 300 grams. Over here, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 masses, which is equivalent to 200 grams. And of course over here we have also 4 masses, which is nothing but the equivalent to 200 grams. Now what is next step? We will mark few points over here. We will mark few points. First of all, we will mark center just below this knot. Then we will mark few points just below the threads. Over here, third one. Now, with the help of, you can just take, you can join them. So, these are the direction of three forces, line of action of three forces. This is our F1 force, which is equivalent to 300 gram, and if we took gravity as 10 meter per second square, we will have 0.3 kg into 10, and that is equals to 3 Newton over here. If we consider it as a F2, which is 200 grams in gravitational acceleration, and 10, and that is equals to 2 Newton. Again over here, this is F3, which is again equivalent to 200 grams, and that is 0.2 kg into gravitational acceleration, and that is equals to 2 Newton. So this is the load I have applied. Now, with the help of this protector, we will measure the angles. Okay? So for that, I will take 0 at the center of knot. I will put the center of this protector at the center of knot, and then 0 at the thread, and I will mark this particular angle, which is equals to 138. So the angle over here, this angle is 138 degree. Similarly, I will mark one more angle over here. With the same procedure, and it is again 138 degree. 138 degree. And now I will mark the third angle. Of course, you can use the relation of particular that 360 degree minus alpha and beta, that is equals to gamma. Okay, but for practical purpose you can also check that it is nothing but the 84 degree. It is 84 degree. Now, as we know, according to the Lami's theorem, each force is proportional to its the sign of the opposite two forces, sign of the angle between opposite two forces. So, for example, F1 upon sine 84 degree, and that is equals to 3 upon by sine 84, and that is equals to 3.016. Similarly, F2, that is this force divided by sine 138 degree, because this is the force and this is the angle between the opposite forces or remaining two forces, and that is equals to sine 138 degree, and that is equals to 2 divided by sine 138 degree, and that is equals to 2.99, that is equals to 2.99. Similarly, F3, that is this force divided by sine 138 degree, and that is equals to again 2 by sine 138 degree, and that is equals to again 2.99. So from this we can say that the Lami's theorem is verified, because the level of error is 0.01, and which is due to the machine error and human error. Good morning, welcome back. In the previous session we have verified the Lami's theorem. Now today we will verify triangle law of forces, which states that if two forces are acting on a particular point and it can be shown as two sides of the triangle, then the third side of the triangle will be equal to the resultant force and the direction will be opposite to the resultant force. Okay, so here with the same example we have done in the previous lecture or previous experiment, we will do the same things. So the measurements are already given over here. Okay, and with the same weight F1, F2 and F3, I have drawn that particular figure. So right now, what we will do? We will took the scale. In this, we will took the scale. Here we will took scale as 3 centimeter on scale, and that is equals to 1 Newton. So basically it is 3 Newton. So it will be about 9 centimeter. Okay. Similarly, it is 2 Newton. So it will be about 6 centimeters. Okay. And as it is again F3 is 2 Newton, so it is again about 6 centimeters. Now, as per the triangle law, I represent F2 and F3 as two sides of triangle, and hence the third side of the triangle will be equal to F1, and that we need to prove. For that, I just transfer this vector over here by using ruler scale, so that the direction doesn't change. Okay, so it is 6 centimeter. Now, if I extend the back side of this, see, now this line, which shows the magnitude of resultant force, whose direction is opposite to this F1 force. Okay, now to find out the particular magnitude of these, first of all we need to find out the particular magnitude. So if you see over here, if you can zoom in, it will be about 9 centimeter. So the resultant will be equivalent to 9 centimeter. As we know, 3 centimeter is equals to 1 Newton, R is equal to 9 centimeter, which is equals to 3 Newton. And hence, by the use of triangle law, we can find out the third force as well. And hence, we can use the triangle law to find out or to predict the resultant force of the two forces. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome back. in the previous two practicals we have proved Lami's theorem as well as triangle law of forces. Now in this case we prove the parallelogram of law of forces. So it states that if two forces F2 and F3 will be represented by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram, then the resultant will be given by the diagonal of the parallelogram in magnitude and direction, and the magnitude will be represented by R is equals to angle root plus F3 square plus 2 F2 F3 cos theta, and the angle of resultant with respect to F2 is given by alpha is equals to, or tan alpha is equals to F3 sin theta divided by F2 plus F3 cos theta. Now we are citing the same example as we have used in the other two experiments. So here it is F2 and here it is F3, and now I am completing the parallelogram by joining this remaining edge. Okay, so now this is F2, this is F3. So as per the law of parallelogram will be F2, F3. So as per the law, if a particular force is represented by two sides, adjacent sides of a parallelogram, F2 and F3, then the diagonal, this diagonal will represent the resultant force. So as we know, F2 is equals to 2 Newton, F3 is equals to 2 Newton, and as the angle between this F2 and F3 is 84 degree, so here the angle will also become 84 degree. Okay, so if we calculate, it will be F2 square, that is 2 square, plus F3 square, again 2 square, plus 2 into 2 cos 84 degree, and that is equals to under root of 2 square plus 2 square plus 8 cos 84, and that is equals to 2.98 Newton. 2.98 Newton. The resultant force will be equals to 2.98 Newton, which is equals to F1, which is almost equals to 3 Newton. Okay. Now the angle alpha, that is the angle of resultant with respect to F2, is given by tan alpha is equals to F3 sin theta divided by F2 plus F3 sin cos theta, and that is equals to F3 2 sin 84 degree divided by 2 plus 2 sin cos 84 degree. Okay, cos 84 degree. So 2 sin 84 degree divided by 2 plus 2 cos 84 degree, and that is equals to 0.9004, and alpha is equals to 0.9004. Hence, if I took the tan inverse of this, alpha will equals to 42 degree. 42 degree is a bisector of this, and which is a vertical, which is opposite to this F1. Okay? Hence, we can prove the parallelogram of law of force in such a manner that if two forces acting on a particular point can be represented as two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, and at the same time the diagonal of the parallelogram R can be considered as a resultant. So the resultant force will be 2.98 Newton as per the calculation, and as per the graphical method it will be 3 Newton. Now if we took the percentage error, that is equals to 3 minus 2.98 divided by 3, and that is equals to 0.02 divided by 3, and that is equals to 0.0067, and which is equals to 0.67%, which is less than 1%, So the level of error is less than 1%, and hence we can say that the parallelogram of forces can be verified from this.